Hello and welcome to the Schooner Simulation. I'm your host Michael Whitman, and today's episode is sponsored by DraftKings. Sign up with the promo code TPPN to get started at the link in the description. You all know the drill: Oklahoma versus West Virginia, playing it on Heisman difficulty and analyzing the gameplay footage. The updated rosters, courtesy of the Operation Sports Forum, are used to ensure we have the right players, and the college football revamped modification is used to update the visuals. Check out links to both in the description below. The first Big 12 matchup for the Sooners is definitely lining up to be a fairly routine affair, and to reflect this, I've decided to leave the jerseys as their defaults, with West Virginia sporting their usual blue-white-blue combo, while the Sooners are dripping in crimson and white. The fourth consecutive home game in Norman means OU still hasn't had a game with an opposing crowd. Kinda, but it also means they haven't had to deal with any unfamiliar weather either. The dark sky model is currently predicting that it'll be a partly cloudy 88 degrees at kickoff with a fairly calm 4-mile-an-hour wind. One of the best forecasts for Sooner football this year. And when I say routine, I do mean it. Both teams really forgot to take their liquid rage before the game. The Mountaineers start with the ball, and with the first uninspired halfback draw they run, they meet a Sooner defense that quickly meets their energy level. Literally. The Sooners getting stops would typically be a reason to celebrate, but their prowess only seemed to account for the ground game, not the air. Don't get me wrong, many a pass ended in a deflection, and the D-line kept the pressure coming. But with one sack on record, and for how many mistakes Jarrett Dagey made throwing into coverage, the OU secondary couldn't figure out how to punish the offense. At the end of the first half, West Virginia started finding success with their run, and, set up against an unenergized defense, promptly found the end zone, and Jesus Christ, what the hell is that? Well, I can only assume that Grinch virtually ripped their heads off in the locker room. The defense did come out in the second half with more fire and did prevent more scoring, but still couldn't put away drives efficiently. Making matters worse, Letty Brown turned into a human truck stick and started making third down conversions, taking even more time away from our offense. 2 picks are always welcome, but off of 5 deflections, at least 2 of which were in the secondary's lap, you start wondering if OU was unconsciously playing at a lower level than what we know they're capable of. Things started off pretty choppy on the other side of the ball. The first pass of the day for Rattler was nearly picked off, but the play right after that ended up being a 60-yard touchdown pass on a wheel route to Kennedy Brooks. While that might sound like a pretty good trade-off, don't get your hopes up. OU wouldn't find their way to the end zone again until the fourth quarter, and despite the massive play, the OU running core was regularly stuffed at the line, with lead rusher Kennedy Brooks having 8 rushes averaging 1.2 yards until well into the third quarter. The deep ball did find success on a couple of throws. Jaden Hazelwood and Mike Woods were definitely putting in work on offense, but the majority of the time, the result of drives would be the ball meeting with Turk's foot. The latter half of the third quarter saw the running game pick itself up, and I guess the boredom really had an effect on Lincoln, because when OU finally did score again on a beautiful corner pass to Hazelwood, the Sooners went for a 2-point conversion, which miserably failed. The Sooners would still be able to find the end zone one last time before stopping Mountaineer movement downfield and taking a knee to finally end it. Sooners win 26-7. Quick shout out to Gabe Burkage here, though. He had 2 field goals and has been vital in some of the victories on the sim. Never really had a special teams spotlight, but I feel there's a need for one now. So here's my takeaway. OU definitely played to the level of their opponents, which is a dangerous position to be in. If West Virginia comes out guns blazing, we may see another DJ Graham type of grab on defense, but we'll need to make sure we match that energy. If we don't capitalize early and allow the score to creep, we may see a much closer game than we'd like, which seems to be par for the course this season. What do you think about this simulation? Leave your complaints in the comments section down below or tweet us at the Schooner blog. If you like this video, check out the Schooner Pod with Bobby, Ty, and Jameson, available wherever you listen to your normal podcasts.